Serial killers are perhaps the most unsettling segment of society. They're hard to find, easy to lose, and impossible to forget. Today, we'll delve into the chilling world of the most infamous serial killers whose stories have left an indelible mark on history. These individuals, often hiding in plain sight, have committed acts so heinous that they leave an indelible scar on the fabric of society. Join us as we embark on a journey through the minds of these notorious figures. From the streets of Russia to the heart of America, we will uncover the chilling details of their crimes, the lives they shattered, and the legacies they left behind. This is not just a recounting of events, it's an exploration of the darkest recesses of human nature. Our journey begins in Russia with Alexander Pichushkin. From a young age, Alexander exhibited strange behaviors, partly due to his overbearing mother. She played a significant role in shaping his dark path. Instead of fairy tales, she exposed him to morbid photographs, fueling his twisted interests. At 18, Alexander was institutionalized for the first time but was released shortly after. Soon, he committed his first crime, holding a girl captive in his home for a month, leading to her tragic death. Despite this, he was released again after treatment. With his mother's help, Alexander lured victims, often women and children, into their home. There, he subjected them to unimaginable horrors. Reports suggest that he forced survivors to consume parts of previous victims. The gruesome activities continued until a routine maintenance visit led to their discovery. Alexander was deemed unfit for trial due to his mental state and was institutionalized indefinitely. Next, we visit the United States to explore the disturbing case of Jeffrey Dahmer. Known as the Milwaukee Cannibal, Dahmer targeted young men, luring them with promises of money or photo shoots. Once at his apartment, he drugged his victims and committed heinous acts, including murder and dismemberment. Dahmer confessed to killing 17 men and boys between 1978 and 1991. He kept gruesome souvenirs, such as skulls and bones, as mementos. Dahmer's methods were as chilling as they were methodical. His apartment, when finally discovered, was a house of horrors, filled with remains and evidence of his gruesome activities. Dahmer was eventually arrested and sentenced to 16 life terms in prison. However, he was killed by a fellow inmate just 2 years into his sentence. The case of Jeffrey Dahmer serves as a stark reminder of the evil that can reside in the most unsuspecting places. Ted Bundy was the embodiment of a charismatic killer. Handsome and well-spoken, he used his charm to deceive his victims. Bundy often faked injuries, wearing a cast or sling to appear harmless, and asked women for help. Once isolated, he assaulted and murdered them. Bundy's crime spree spanned several states, and he confessed to 30 homicides, though the actual number remains unknown. Despite multiple arrests and even escaping custody twice, Bundy continued his murderous activities. He was eventually captured, and after a highly publicized trial, was executed in 1989. Bundy's case remains one of the most infamous in American history. The legacy of Ted Bundy is a chilling reminder of the danger that can lurk behind a friendly face. The killer clown, John Wayne Gacy. John Wayne Gacy, also known as the Killer Clown, was a respected member of his community in Chicago. By day, he entertained children at parties dressed as Pogo the Clown. By night, he lured young men to his home, where he assaulted and murdered them. Gacy was convicted of killing 33 young men between 1972 and 1978. He buried many of his victims in the crawl space of his house. Gacy's dual life as a beloved community figure and a ruthless killer shocked the nation. After his arrest, Gacy attempted an insanity defense but was found guilty and executed by lethal injection in 1994. The story of John Wayne Gacy is a chilling example of how appearances can be deceiving. The enigmatic Zodiac Killer. Perhaps one of the most enigmatic figures on our list, the Zodiac Killer terrorized Northern California in the late 1960s and early 1970s. The killer's identity remains unknown. The Zodiac taunted police and newspapers with cryptic messages and ciphers, some of which have never been decoded. He claimed responsibility for 37 murders, though investigators have confirmed 7 linked attacks. The Zodiac's ability to evade capture despite leaving numerous clues has made him a subject of fascination and fear. Despite extensive investigations, the Zodiac Killer was never caught, and the case remains one of the most famous unsolved crimes in American history. The legend of the Zodiac Killer continues to captivate the public imagination. The Beast of Ukraine, Anatoly Onoprienko. Dubbed the Beast of Ukraine, Anatoly Onoprienko was responsible for a series of murders during the 1990s. After a troubled childhood, he began his killing spree by targeting families in remote areas, showing no mercy to men, women, or children. Onoprienko confessed to killing 52 people over a span of 7 years. He was arrested in 1996 after a massive manhunt and was sentenced to life imprisonment. Onoprienko's methods were brutal and indiscriminate. He would often break into homes at night, killing everyone inside without hesitation. The fear he instilled in the Ukrainian countryside was palpable, and his arrest brought a sense of relief to a terrorized nation. Onoprienko died in prison in 2013, but his legacy of terror remains. The Butcher of Rostov, Andrei Chikatilo. Known as the Butcher of Rostov, Andrei Chikatilo was a Soviet serial killer who confessed to murdering 56 people between 1978 and 1990. His victims were often young women and children. Chikatilo led a double life as a family man and a respected teacher, which allowed him to evade suspicion for years. His gruesome crimes involved mutilation and were driven by a deep-seated psychosexual dysfunction. He would often lure his victims to secluded areas where he would carry out his brutal attacks. He was finally captured in 1990, confessed to 56 murders, and was convicted of 52. Chikatilo was executed by firing squad in 1994. The case of Andrei Chikatilo is a chilling example of the darkness that can reside within the human soul. The Chessboard Killer, Alexander Pichushkin. Alexander Pichushkin, the Chessboard Killer, aimed to commit a murder for each of the 64 squares on a chessboard. He was convicted of 48 murders, although he claimed to have killed 63 people. Pichushkin targeted vulnerable individuals, often luring them with the promise of a drink. Once isolated, he would attack them, sometimes recording the murders. Pichushkin's meticulous planning and methodical approach to his crimes made him a formidable adversary for law enforcement. He was arrested in 2006 after a victim's body was found with his metro ticket. Pichushkin was sentenced to life imprisonment, with the first 15 years in solitary confinement. The story of Alexander Pichushkin is a testament to the dangers of unchecked ambition. The Green River Killer, Gary Ridgway. Known as the Green River Killer, Gary Ridgway confessed to murdering 48 women in the 1980s and 1990s, though he claimed the number was higher. He primarily targeted vulnerable women, including those involved in street-based activities. Ridgway evaded capture for nearly 2 decades. Advances in DNA technology eventually linked him to the crimes. In a plea bargain to avoid the death penalty, he provided detailed confessions and was sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. The story of Gary Ridgway serves as a chilling reminder of the potential for evil that can exist within the human mind. His case is a testament to the importance of advances in forensic technology and the relentless pursuit of justice. The Angar Maniac, Mikhail Popkov. A former police officer in Russia, Popkov used his position to gain the trust of his victims. Between 1992 and 2010, he committed at least 78 murders, although some believe the number could be higher. Popkov targeted women and offered them rides late at night. His crimes sent shockwaves through the community, and the fear he instilled was palpable. He confessed that he believed he was cleansing the streets of immoral behavior. His arrest in 2012 came after DNA evidence linked him to the crimes. In 2015, Popkov was sentenced to life imprisonment. His case is one of the most shocking due to his role in law enforcement and the sheer number of his victims. The story of Mikhail Popkov serves as a chilling reminder of the potential for evil that can exist within those who are meant to protect us. The Shadows of Infamy. The stories of these individuals are a stark reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath ordinary facades. While justice has been served in most cases, the memories of their actions continue to haunt the collective consciousness. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe for more true crime content. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next episode. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the darkest recesses of the human mind.